Cześć, masz.
That's the white.
Nie,
Światła stron.
tutaj. This way. Okay. This is how they would have done it back in the day. It's nice to use the same tools. Because technically it's a router to do this, but it's nice to clean it up. It's actually cool because when you see them from the top, they're actually cut out of logs. Maybe it makes sense, but like they're still rounded, some of them on top. Because they didn't completely flatten them. Wait. Slow. What? What you say?
Nothing.
Can you have the chainsaw, please? Ready?
Take it slow.
Click. There we go. That's fine.
Go for the talking governor.
While I finish this one, okay? I know.